story goes back to where I was a little kid, and you do what most little kids do. You sneak around and you look in your parents' jewelry boxes and things you're not supposed to do when they're not there. Now my mother's sitting here, she knows this, but I would look in there, and he would have, my father used to have like his class ring and some old coins, and then I'd found this at the time, not knowing what it was, but I found this Purple Heart in there. When your father actually emailed me the first picture of your uncle, it was great to finally have a face with the name that I've read numerous times since I was a little kid. I know my father had tried before, but back in the 60s, 70s, without the internet, you can't find it. If you don't have a phone number, you can't get a hold of people. I didn't know how old, where this was dated from. So I don't know if it was a World War I Purple Heart or what, and there would be no family interested in it. I mean, let's face the fact, the way the world is today, I was afraid that Captain Fike would call somebody, he'd be like, we remember him. Oh, really? Yeah, send it to us. And that's what I was afraid would happen. I'm glad that your mother's so excited to get it back. That makes me excited, just that alone. Well, I think the reason my father kept it all the years too is he was a Marine Corps veteran from the Korean War era, and so he was one of those diehard once a Marine, always a Marine guys. So he wasn't going to just discard this thing and throw it out. The story that I was always told was that my grandfather had found it, and he was the superintendent of the sanitation department in Upper Darby Township, which is just outside of Philadelphia. But that was it. We never knew where he found it, how he found it. Did he find it on the ground? Did he find it in trash? We had no idea how he got it other than he found it. And my grandfather passed away in 1967. And then my father unfortunately passed away a year ago, February 2nd, 2011. So going through his personal belongings, I took that medal, and always had seen the name on the back was always Thomas E. Hadley II, which I had asked my mother, and we didn't know anybody by that name. My father always knew it wasn't from our family, but I always thought maybe it was someone in the neighborhood, maybe it was a friend or something, but there was no ties to us. I was sitting here one day, my daughter's laptop, I grabbed it, and I sent out a few emails to I was Googling different things about Purple Hearts, and I emailed them out and heard nothing. My father passed away in February. I was just in December, it hit me again, and hey, I never heard anything back about this thing. And actually the medal sat in that glass jar in my living room here the whole time. So I was here one night, a week or so, 2 weeks before Christmas. I was by myself. I grabbed the laptop again, grabbed the Purple Heart, started Googling. Well, this time I somehow come up with the military order of the Purple Heart. The commander was a gentleman by the name of Bill Hutton. Now, remind you, from February to December, I heard nothing about this thing. I emailed Mr. Hutton telling him what I had. And at that time, I'm thinking maybe it's not even a real Purple Heart, and that's why no one took the time to email me back. But I emailed Mr. Hutton, and I believe it was a matter of hours. I had an email back that he had forwarded to a gentleman by the name of Mr. Bircher, and then he emailed me back that he had forwarded to a friend of his named Captain Zachariah Fike, who, I don't remember if it was that night, but I know within the next day or so, I had a phone call from the captain. And I told him what I had, and he told me he would research it. And I know it was within a matter of days that he had gotten back to me and confirmed it was a real Purple Heart. It was probably, and he had sent me all the information on a First Lieutenant Thomas E. Hadley, who was killed in Korea in 1951, November, I believe it was the 9th of 1951. And he gave me the whole story of his military history, the squadron he flew with, the type of airplane he flew. But then it became an email thing back and forth, and I know again it was only a matter of days after that he had contacted me that he actually found Thomas's sister, your mother, Constance Hadley Bachman, up in Lexington, Massachusetts. I forget who the heck I had even emailed before, but I think I sent about 3 or 4 emails out trying to find something about it. But something just happened that one night I picked up the laptop and got the right people. And, I'm telling you, in a matter of what I didn't hear in 10 months, it was less than 10 days. We had confirmed it was real, who had it. The big mystery still is how it got to Upper Darby. We don't have a clue, since your family was from Michigan And I've never been to Michigan. My family's never lived out in Michigan. We've always been in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. And unfortunately, I can't be with you guys on the 18th. But, I'm there with you anyway, just know that. And I'm just glad this thing is finally, this Purple Heart Medal is back in the hands of the proper family and the people that deserve to have it.